Okay. Welcome to a special Lego City update. I'm Jesse. I go by Jesse's Brick Galaxy on all the social medias, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, and I have some suitcases already packed. As practice, I'm going to Lego convention. It's going to be in Portland, so I decided to take the train there instead of flying. Excited, I'm a big train fan, so I wanted to try that option out, see how shipping Lego MOCs in luggage survives a train. And we're going to show you some tips. It's about a month away for me right now. So I'm practicing how well my city that I'm bringing to Bricks Cascade in Portland, how well it'll travel, how well it fits in the luggage. So as you can see in front of me, I have 1, 2, 3 suitcases and 1, 2, 3 things sitting on top. So 3 things did not fit in my luggage already. So I have a friend that's going to the same convention on the same train. So I'm gonna see if he can help me out. Otherwise, I can probably get this to fit in here. I can break this down. I need to rebuild probably a little bit and get that to fit for sure. This one's gonna be tough. It's the top of Visions Academy. It could be left out, or maybe it would fit in a carry-on, which means I'm really putting Lego in all of my baggage. So let's go over a few things to get out of the way, and I might talk about it later. Like I said, I've pre-packed these things to see how well they fit, and I'm already 3 things short. So as I'm unpacking, maybe I'll think of where this could go, and I've got some supplies in front of me too. I plan on using plastic wrap, saran wrap, to tightly compress this like Lego structure. So if this was wrapped in saran wrap, you could tell that, like this top fence would not fall off because it'd be tightly bound down. On top of that, I've got bubble wrap. So big roll of bubble wrap. I've got 2 of these so far. Might need another one, or we'll see how it goes. That'll be later. So I've got some supplies. This is not going to be repacked today. What I'm going to do today is do a Lego City update. I'm going to build the MOC. It's a Spiderverse MOC. I'm going to build it live or recorded. Pre-record building that. So let me put the supplies off to the side, and I'll show you these 3 things, and then I might show the Lego City behind me just for a Lego City update. So right off the bat, to get the Spider-Verse stuff going, I've got this really cool mosaic. It is the logo from Miles Morales, and if you tilt it, you see blue and coral highlighted from this angle, and it has cheese slopes going both directions. So if I tilt it, and the sun might be a little tricky, I'll do my best here. If I tilt it down, you'll see green and orange on this side. So it's kind of like the logo and the Spider-Verse is glitching from blue to green, blue to green, and from straight on it actually looks okay too, because it's the same logo for the most part. You can do this. It is called lenticular, when you have 2 images on slopes to kind of give that hologram image. And this is going to Bricks Cascade. This is the teaser for what I'm about to uncase in my luggage, all right? So this I need to restructure. It's on 4 base plates. I think I could pull it apart so it's only 4 base plates stacked to fit in luggage. So I got to figure that out. Let me put that away. I also have a city street here that we'll probably talk more about, and it's Mills, what you call Mills plate, modular integrated landscape system, MILS for Lego. It is, again, I don't know how well that's going to focus with me standing and whatnot, but it has a facing with Into the Spider-Verse spelled out to hide the brickwork. So you do a couple of bricks and a plate and a tile to my thickness of mills, and then the city streets stack in sideways, studs not on top, to be able to brick build the striping of a crosswalk, the striping along the curb line, the center striping, yellow stripes, and I've got 3 lanes of road because I wanted a parking lane in front of the school and the other building. So this one has a cutout also where a red carpet, the red carpet in front of Fisk Tower will actually sit in sideways. That's in another bag. So the cool thing about Mills is you can build gutters in there, and you can brick build the line striping any way you want. And then I've got some studs here showing for construction cones to kind of guide the traffic, but you can connect them with either Technic pin holders or Technic axle holders. And I've got both on this side. It's good to stick with one or the other, but or are these both? Yeah, that's a pin and that's an axle. Kind of goofy, but the axle works really well because it slips right in, but it holds it from shifting around once you put it next to another Mills street. So I've got to figure out how to ship this. I'm going to put this off to the side so that I can rebuild it later. And I have one other piece that did not fit in the luggage, so hopefully I get help, or this might have to go in my carry-on bag. This is the top of Visions Academy. It's like an artistic studio kind of look with all the colorful paneling around the windows, and it is solid. I made a removable roof, of course, so I can remove the roof, and I packed some figures inside, so all the loose bags of figures these will actually sit on the roof of this building, so I packed that inside the building that it's going to go into on top of. Has a really interesting structure that fell apart already. Here we go, just because I put those figures in there. There we go, no problem. There's a command center from like NASA. What do you call it? The Houston Space Command Center. Brickmania made this. It's the Mercury Control Center. It's got all these characters in suits and ties, and 2 levels of controls and old school screens. I wanted to reuse that in something, and it happened to be inside this school. It's just an Easter egg. It doesn't actually go with the Spider-Verse thing, but for whatever reason, I packed that inside of there. And now I know where they are. All these guys with suits and ties and pocket pen protectors, and they're custom printed with like microphone readers and stuff like that. So this again does not fit in my luggage. So I'm gonna, you know, I could probably pack my clothes in there and put it in my carry-on, or hopefully get help to bring this with. All right. So I think before I remove the suitcases, I'm gonna show you a little city update, and I'll move the camera for that, because behind here on the shelf I have all the modular buildings that are Lego sets that they came up with in most recent like 10 years. So I have 12 in a row that have been released. I'm missing the first 5, the oldest 5 modular sets, like the Fire Brigade and the Cafe Corner, Green Grocer. I think there's another hotel or whatnot. So I like the newer ones. The newer they are, the more detailed they are. So I'm okay actually missing those 5. And I like to build them for practice to learn how to build my own custom stuff, which you'll see soon. So let's take a closer look at the modular level, and then we'll go back to, let me grab the camera actually. All right, so there's the Monster Fighter haunted house. It is not on a base plate, so it can open. So that's just off to the side. But everything else on the shelf, from here all the way down to the corner, is a Lego modular set. We have the Hotel Boutique, the most recent set. You can see the art studio there and the palm tree off to the corner. Very unique coloring and piece usage. Very interesting texture there on the first level. Not too complicated on the first level, but very, very good to show how you can do some texturing with architecture on Lego techniques. So if you notice here, I have the detective office. No, the police station. The police station modular is in the middle, and on both sides I have 2 halves of the Birch bookstore. And there's one on the left with the birch tree, and then the police department and the donut shop are right there. And the second half of the Birch bookstore is this blue building, teal building, right? So I've actually separated that and gave my city a different look, where I like how this building's out more and this one's in more, and then this one's out again and this one's in again. So, and then it matches and almost hides everything on the next one, the corner garage. So that was the tricky part for me, is putting these 1, 2, 3, 4 modulars and having a corner on both corners, on both ends, showing the garage. And then the garage had this driveway, right, for the cars to go in and out. So I had to put a little road, a little alley where you see the police car. Otherwise it would butt up against the next building too much. And this building's a really cool diner. The old school diner is here, and it's got this, you know, sign that kind of pops out, which would be, you know, right up against another building if you put it there. And that might be okay in some cyberpunk kind of, you know, clustered, tightly compressed city. But opening it up here with this very simple 1-lane alley, divided my modulars. There's 4 over here, and there's 8 more down here. So you'll see this one's booked end by the bank in the, I think it's another 4 in a row. So we have the diner, we have the Assembly Square, we have now the detective office, which is the pool hall and the barber shop, actually, you know, with a detective office upstairs. So, and then the brick bank, the bank building is the next corner piece, giving these four structures a nice city block, and looks like they all belong together. It's really nice how they allow some customization with whatever modulars you have. So ignore the other stuff on the table. I have Disney and the lunar ice skating rink here. Happy Lunar New Year. Behind that, we have more modulars. I just want to touch on, there is the Palace Cinema, the pet store. Again, I divided the pet shop to one side, be on one side of the town hall, and the other building there is on, so there's two modulars split in halves, giving a unique look and boxing in the town hall, if you will, and then another corner, if you will, the Parisian restaurant is on the very end in the corner. It's getting a little dark over there, sorry about that. So those are all the Lego sets that are available for purchase and buildable by instructions. Everything else on the right here of my table is custom made. So I have a custom Avengers tower. The Guardians are up here holding it down right now, and it goes way down there onto a big base plate. I've got the Daily Bugle, which I custom made a while ago and adapted with the new Daily Bugle set for signage and billboards and characters. I took the Daily Bugle set and I made it wider and taller. So I renamed it Roxxon. It's like Roxxon built this, they bought the building from Daily Bugle and moved them out. And it's got the fire escape all the way down. It's got an extra window. They do pull out, and it's got an elevator all the way down that side. That was the one thing I didn't like about the building when I decided to rebuild it, is I wanted a working elevator. Next to that is part of my DC collection. I have the Daily Bugle, and right now Sloth and Bizarro. Why isn't his S backwards? Is that supposed to be Bizarro? That is S was supposed to be backwards. They're doing Bizarro on Superman and Lois right now on the CW. It's pretty fun. Below that, I have one of my first MOCs, motorcycle coffee shop, Bob's Java Hut. And there's this arcade, which is really cool. Custom, all custom. So I cheat a little bit with like mechs and creatures and vehicles. And I have three houses here that are actually Aunt May's house. So this would be Aunt May's house and two neighbors. And that's from Into the Spider-Verse also, which we're about to get into. So I have even more available, but I can only fit so much into these suitcases. So I'll show even more that I can't bring in suitcases, since this is a teaser video. There's a scene with the graffiti underneath, and there's the spider cave, the Hall of Armor, with the vehicles and the spider on the floor and the computers and all that good stuff down below. All right, so unfortunately I cannot transport all of that at once, but we're collaborating, so you will see more than what I'm about to construct at Bricks Cascade in Portland. There we go. All right, so about 20 minutes in, and I have not unpacked the suitcases. So let me grab a sip of water, and we will get right to uncovering these. I'm gonna have to move them one by one. Can you even see me over here? Hold on. I can't open each one on the table unless I shove even more out of the way. So I'll show you that one. I'm going to do that one maybe last. This is actually mostly Fisk Tower. There's some vehicles packed in here. The bottom level is facing down and the top level is actually inside there. The front of Visions Academy is in here, and then 2 more levels. This will help me when I try to repack this again. So I'm going to move this off to the side. And we'll come back to that as I try to see how long this takes to build. So maybe in about at the 10-minute mark, or maybe at the half-hour mark, I'll start building it. I don't know. I'm ready to start building it. This one has more of the Mills plates, the Vision Academy School, and 2 levels of Fisk Tower inside. It also has the Skyway. And carefully packs in there. I'm going to move that off to the side. We'll get to this one and start unloading that one. So, there we go. Voila. There's some Spider-Man colors. So in this one, I have most of the Vision Academy School. The glass side of the building, the front Mills plates, which connect to the road just barely. We'll see as that goes together. And I also have 3 more levels of Fisk Tower. So there's 3 levels of Fisk Tower in there. And two levels in the other one, and the rest of it's all in one case. So 5 levels are in the other cases. So we'll have to pull those out. Let's see what my time mark is. 22 minutes in. All right, 22 minutes in. I'm just gonna, because I could probably do this faster without talking, so we'll just start and see how long it takes for me to rebuild the Spider-Verse present. So I called this Spider-Verse present because I'm doing the present, Iceberg is doing the future, and Troy's doing the past. So when you see this covered, if you go to the show at Bricks Cascade, you'll see all 3 of us collaborating in a huge city, and it all being Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, and it should look really cool, epic altogether. So let's begin. We have a baggie here full of some glitch patterns. And then, so when I repack this, I'm going to use saran wrap to make this tighter, and bubble wrap to make this, shock-proof. I don't know if it'll be shock-proof, but inside here I had some of the street lamps and street signals. Some like taxi. There's bag with the mystery machine there. So I gotta carefully do this. Some of these baggies are, tucked into other little corners. There's some more glitch pattern. Okay, this one's loose. So this is lightweight, pretty solid. So I really hope that I can put a t-shirt in there or some socks and then saran wrap it, and then that'll be my clothes for the week and my mock. So it'll be interesting taking it apart with like clothes wrapped in front of the everyone. Anyway, all these levels are modular, and this already like kind of leaned in to that one, so we'll have to watch that. Inside here are some more glitch patterns and some loose pieces. Oh, that's part of the sign for Fisk Tower. I took off the sign of Fisk Tower in the front of one of these levels. The first one I took off has some loose pieces that kind of stick out, and just kind of, it was easier to take them off now than have them shake loose and be lost in the luggage. So there's a trick tip to just like, if you have a loose piece, just take it off now. Bag it up, put it back together later. All right. Okay, so there's some grass coming off already. So this is part of the practice. These bushes here in front of Visions Academy are all falling off, which means I should probably just remove those and baggy those up. It's really easy to put them back on. I should just make more flat, solid space, and just they fall off because it's not the same plastic. But you see, this is a Mills plate. It's got this sidewalk staircase going up to the school. Here's the other half again, and I haven't even like gone anywhere with this luggage, and the grass has fallen off. So this is the other half of that same module. They'll go together and connect the staircase of Visions Academy. And then we have, you gotta be careful, because again, there's some loose pieces here and there, but this will be, I'll saran wrap it so that it cannot fall apart. Here's a Mills plate, and we'll have to figure out where that goes. It is the front. It is the front of, it's got this front, so this is the front of the street. I believe these are both fronts, and then you either connect them and the sidewalk, the crosswalk connects, or they'll connect to other Mills plates. So the last thing in here is this glass building, which I put down this way because this side has some textured signage. So I laid it down kind of awkwardly, and yeah, it's already falling apart. So it's going to be a challenge. I will, like I said, be saran wrapping as much as I can to hold some of these little signs together. So this fell off. This is just really loosely sitting on top of this structure that protrudes off the side of the building. I think loosely I had the Vision sign in there. Goes right there. And then a couple of these loose city streets. Again, just because they sit sideways and they just fit in there when it's just, when you don't have to transport it, and you don't, that they sit in there fine. And all right, let's get this suitcase out of the way. We've emptied one suitcase, and what we have is the right building. This will sit somewhere around there. We have the front, so there's a future, we'll get it all out, more futuristic looking building, and then a old school looking building, When I take the other piece out, I'll tell you more about the inside. So we have to get into the next suitcase. I believe these are going to go right here and right here. So these come together, and then these push together, and then this will sit in front of the school. So that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of the footprint of the whole layout. All fit in one suitcase, and parts of the Fisk Tower also all fit into that suitcase. So all of that was one suitcase, and some vehicles and probably my clothes. All right, so how are we gonna do this? I have the next suitcase over here. I think it's kind of fun to watch me pull out the pieces. Let's see. But I'll run out of room. I think I could still do it. Let's see here. So if I push all this all the way over, and I bring this suitcase back, half open, park it right here, and then reveal what we have in suitcase number 2. Let's check the camera. That's on the camera. Check. I've got a couple vehicles in here. There's the stretch Humvee, baggied up. There is Skyway, which I'm calling Skywalker Skyway. It's got Anakin, Luke, Leia, and Rey inside this Skyway, which it'd be nice for it to save visions. I don't know that I want to sticker the Skyway just for a show. Stickers, right? All right, inside here you see more of the purple lavender school that goes in the back. 2 more levels of Fisk Tower, and 1, 2, 3, 4 large Mills city streets, which will connect to these. So let's take those out. This one has a sidewalk, so I know that part of the stairs means this part of the street actually connects right there in between the 2 buildings I'm about to assemble. The next piece, whoa, it's kind of falling apart here. It's got a half a Mills and then a base plate here. And again, I don't think that's just the way it's made. So I'm gonna try to keep those together. Again, you see the blue, red, gray front. Helps me match what I'm doing for the city streets. Guessing that's gonna connect right there and connect with this one like right there. So this will look like this once I drop the other buildings in. Is that right? I think there's another intersection. So I have an intersection where the street goes both ways. Built in here again, pretty much the same modular. So I'm not sure if it matters which is which. That's part of me practicing. I'm gonna assume it does not matter. And that'll be the one on the left side. And another street, this one does matter. This one doesn't have the stairs on the side, so walking up to Visions Academy. I could show you more of the Mills plate. There's just a loose yellow line in the center of the road, and then the other ones there's these big tiles, 8 by 16, and then the white lines are also just loose, snugly fit in between with, you know, 2 studs across means 5 plates across sideways. So if you do just keep the math simple, 2 studs equals this line, 2 studs equals this line, 2 studs equals this line, and then these are 8 and 8, and the sidewalks are 5 studs across. And I built them on 2 base plates so that they would, you know, fit next to a 15-inch wide. So that's 15 inches wide by 10. So this will go in the back, connecting this street. What's going on there? This isn't quite. I gotta move it anyway, but we'll get that matched up once I get out some more pieces. So let's grab the Fisk Tower stuff in the back. Whew, there's a building in there. Nothing's breaking quite yet, but like I said, saran wrap this stuff and bubble wrap it. Fill it with some of the loose parts in baggies, and take those out one by one as you go along. And that's not quite right. I think this one goes down first. This one's empty, so I could put some clothes in there and saran wrap it, and hopefully it stays solid. So you can see Fisk Tower coming together now. Looks like I'm missing another level, maybe right here, or we'll figure it out in a moment. But this is why I'm practicing. All right, the last thing in the suitcase is got some stuff stuck in the middle here. Some characters: Doctor Strange, America Chavez, Penny Parker from the future is in here with her spider robot. Here's a big glitch piece. That'll go on the side of Fisk Tower. And this big level of Visions Academy. So let's take this out carefully. Hold it from underneath. Always hold it from underneath. Let's get the suitcase out of the way. All right. Unpacked 2 suitcases, and we're at 38 minutes. Started at 22. That's only 16 minutes. Unpacked 2 suitcases. I haven't put everything together yet, but as you can see, if you plan for these buildings to be halves, you can stack them in a car, put them in a box, put them in a crate, put them in luggage, and travel. So you have to plan your build, especially at this scale, to be transportable if you want to show off at a Lego convention. All right, inside here, I promised I would show some more. Well, I could just hold it up to the camera. There is the inside of the school, also decked out a little bit. I've got Harry Potter characters wearing private school uniforms. The yellow staircase kind of thing where they hang out. There should be a TV back here, and then flags on the wall that I got from Eclipse Graphics. And there's some extra pieces here that'll actually connect this building to the next building a little better on the top, I believe. And that's it. You know, you had to build this thing up to match the mills, so it's actually sitting on a base plate and 4 bricks high, making it heavier, but also making it solid. Like if this was loose underneath the floor, this would probably be shifting. But I can, like, this chunk now is very solid because it's mills like interlocked below. All right, let's put this guy in the back where it belongs. Yikes, what's underneath there? Oh, piece of grass. Somehow that knocked over. All right, so let's get this guy out of the way. Ouch. Stuff is falling off. Again, this will be saran wrapped. So like, and that'll be a different type of practice. Probably cutting the saran wrap to unveil it, and then having more saran wrap to go back when I travel back from the show. That's something you got to plan on, and it's hard to practice because you're not going to cut it now. I just had it loosely in the bags. All right, well, let's put these two buildings together. Just like that. There's a little piece that holds this together on here. There's a tile that holds the floor together there. And a blue piece, lavender piece, I think it just goes underneath here actually, and holds that together right there. There'll be a part that sits in front of this building and hides the interior, but for now I built it with this big shell open so that I can remove one piece and show the inside. That's where Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales, he gets stuck to her hair and they're circling around fighting with his hand stuck in her hair. It's a funny scene. Hard to do with minifigs, but if you remember that scene, that's where that takes place, and the interior looks just like that. You'll notice the end of a skyway sits right here, so when we connect the buildings, that'll be that. And we got a bunch of the city streets here that I'm going to move that one over to this side. I need to connect it better now, too. I think there we go. It is connected. Alright, so that'll be there-ish. And this will connect. Well, let's leave the room, but yeah, that sits up against there. This goes like that, just for now, but I need to make room for Fisk Tower, and there's a little alley off to the right also. I don't know where the alley pieces are. They must be in the last suitcase. The last suitcase will be tough for me to show and stack, so I think I already showed it once. It's pretty basic. I'll just pull things one by one out of there. It's right here off to the side, and unpack baggies of characters and the gargoyles that go on the top of this building. There's more of Fisk Tower. Kind of cool seeing it together like that in the middle. So that's basically the middle. You can see that all right, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels. Yeah. Except for missing the top and missing the bottom 3 levels. Also in here was, like I said, the front of Visions Academy School. This will be the front. You'll see that a lot, but I can show you the back right now. Also has a little bit of decoration. Tiled the floor and put the teachers on this side of the building. So if I do want to do scenes, I have the characters ready to go. For ultimate travel, these might actually get bagged up. For now, it traveled, well, practiced in the luggage as is. So this sits right here. And it's going to be funky. I think. There it goes. So the grass is tricky. Plopping that down. And otherwise, ta-da! Finishes Visions Academy. There's another level on top, which we have, which might go into my other luggage. This piece. So this piece sits on top, right there. Now, ta-da! Is without the figures and placing that, I don't know that I'm going to practice that today, because I like that they're baggied up and I know what it looks like with all the characters on the street and the vehicles out on the street. I don't know that I'm going to practice all that. But I do want to like see what this looks like and then probably add lights before the show. I've got a month of time. All right, let's finish Fisk Tower. So, one big foundation of Fisk Tower sits like that. Here's the skyway, so we know which way it goes. That's good. These levels also come off. Inside here are some vehicles. I packed 4 cars and plopped it inside the vehicle. So to get, there's a top level out of here and put it on top of here. I have to remove these mid levels to pull out the Banquet Hall. All right. Here we go. One little piece falls off. That's where the skyway connects. That piece, I think it's just used. It doesn't, it wants to pull up more than stay down. And here you see the bottom and the top level together. And what we're gonna do is carefully take out the top level. And I'm gonna put it on top of here where it belongs. Now I had to rebuild parts of this main level to make that possible. I had a foyer and interior decked out inside the bottom level, and I sacrificed the foyer interior to be able to stack things inside there, because this is decked out. This has the classic scene with Kingpin and his formal Banquet Hall. Remembering Spider-Man in this universe, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, died at the hands of Wilson Fisk. So it's very ironic that he's hosting a banquet remembering Spider-Man. All the waiters have Spider-Man masks, and the good guys come and kind of break up this scene and see what's going on. Eventually they make their way down to the collider in the basement. But anyway, I've shown, well, we'll probably move the camera and show more of this so I can see what's going on. But this sits on top. But fortunately, I had enough room in the bottom of this for it to fit in. But I did have to remove all the interior. I had lamps and seating. It was not much, a little foyer, like a greeting area, you know, information desk. There's an elevator back here that doesn't work, but I had to rebuild it, so I was tucked back a little further. Tucked back further so that I could fit that in Banquet Hall inside there, just barely. So that's going to be very tricky to saran wrap, probably just saran wrap, put it inside there, and then maybe tuck some bubble wrap or clothes around it to make sure it doesn't shift in transport. All right, so with that out, I can put this back on top with the skyway here. It'd be hard to tell on the camera, but there's a skyway end and there's a skyway end. So if I push this, well, let's build the rest of the building, but basically I have this loose skyway that will connect those buildings, another modular piece. So I'm gonna have to do this in stages, and I might want lights. So I'm pretty sure that Fisk Tower sign, I might have to I could probably put a number on this level so I know that that's the next one, but I know that it has an outcropping here where I have the pieces of the sign here, but I'll go back on here so it says Fisk Tower. And then this piece goes on top. Nope, that one's missing. It's missing that part, so that's not it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to number these so that I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a number 4 there. And then I think this one is 5. So it has a outcropping of like almost a patio area. It's really small, but just some architecture. This one's 6. And I'll have to label that. I'll put a little number in there somehow. 6, and now it's got to be this one. I don't like, it's missing. Something's wrong. That must be above that one. These two, yeah, see, this one sticks out more, so this one goes down. You follow the architecture. But yeah, I didn't know the order of this. This is not that one. This is, okay, there's that. And then either this one was inward, but it doesn't have the roof, or I took them off. That's matching up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it jumps in a little bit. And yeah, when it jumps in like that, now it matches 1, 2. 1, 2, maybe you can see it better on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 are out the farthest, and then 1, 2 matching up. And take this one level off. But these 3 should go just like that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's this level that's, there's only one way it can kind of go together. I don't know that any, even though it looks like I could add a level and alternate them, there is actually, like I just demonstrated, a certain way that those need to go. I've had this detail and this built for so long, I usually don't remember to talk about it. But inside the architecture of this building, I have a bunch of Thor hammers. Mjolnir is here. There's 8 here and 8 here. It's on the other side also, back and front. Goes all the way up and around the building, and on the base level, 500 Mjolnirs. 500 Thor hammers are built into the structure. So that's a detail I got to remember to talk about because it is the unique part about this build. I just built this one first a long time ago before I got to some of the other things that I've described. All right, let's top it off. Voila, fits together nicely. There are some gargoyles that I have bagged up that will add some more detail to this building. And then it shifts back to about there. And the street that goes in front of that was that piece I first showed you that did not fit my luggage. So I need help with that, and if this gets lost, it's gonna look really blank in front of here. That one sits like that, and I have a red carpet bagged up that fits in there to give this fancy tower, Fisk Tower, a red carpet entry. So let's put these city streets back as far as I can. And then move this tower over. And this street connects. And this street connects. And this street connects. And this huge building connects. It's hitting the diner in the back. So I just gotta pull everything forward a little bit. Demonstrate that this does actually all line up. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, and I have a side street here, which is still left in the suitcase. There is an alley. Is this the alley? Oh, it's half a street. Anyway, this part is definitely connecting to that part of the school right here. This definitely sits here. And I'm missing a piece. What is it in here? Okay, it's just hidden under a flap. This one has some stairs like the other side of the building in a different color, but these attach so that I knew this piece was a piece that has to go right there. So this looks backwards. There we go. There we go. And last but not least, the skyway needs to be attached. That should pop right down in between there. Darn it all if that doesn't look wrong again. I keep shifting something to attach that thing. I'll have to rebuild some of that end. Anyway, what did I do? Well, I had to rebuild some of it so that it would stack inside itself. So I added a level of plates underneath this level, which raised the skyway on this end. So I had to rebuild it to go down, and now it's seems to be one stud off, or I just need to bring the window out. Anyway, there it is. I'm thinking we're at 59 minutes, almost an hour. Started building this about 20 minutes in, so yeah, half hour, 35 with all the talking. 30 minutes I can take. In 30 minutes I can take this out of the suitcases and rebuild it without the saran wrap, without the bubble wrap, without the minifigures and all the details. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let me know in the comments what you think of my Spider-Verse build, my Lego City, my techniques, how modular integrated landscape systems work, Mills plates. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more content from Jesse's Brick Galaxy. I often spoil superhero shows on Sundays with friends in the AFOL community. Larry Legend and Iceberg Bricks, Agents Mock, New Brick 10, Willie, and Doc Sampson, all common guests on a panel where we spoil Disney Plus shows. We just did the Star Wars Boba Fett, and I've started with WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, What If, and Loki. So we've spoiled all those Marvel properties. I'm a big superhero guy, as you can tell. This being a big Spider-Verse collaboration with some of them individuals also. Visions Academy from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the animated show from 6 years ago, 4 years ago, like 2018, 2017, probably 2018, 2019. The new one, part 2, which is called part 1. It's called Enter the Spider-Verse. I don't know, Sony. The movie's awesome. It's like the best animation ever. But some of the things they do, I don't know. Anyway, it was definitely awesome enough to build a mock. It's what I like to do. I have an Avenger Tower and all this stuff. Now I have a Fisk Tower and a Visions Academy to repurpose the Harry Potter kids and have a private school uniform, assembly of, areas to give this more detail. I noticed a piece came off right there. I remember seeing it. But again, yeah, this is me practicing. What pieces are falling off? Not many. I see a couple. There's one loose piece right here, and there's a cheese slope somewhere. Is it in the box? Anyway, go back to another city update if you want to see this populated. I described it, I think, in another video. And I'll probably add lights and do another video before I leave for the show, and do videos at the show. And those types of videos and photos can be found on my site, Jesse's Brick Galaxy, YouTube, and Instagram, or my counterparts that are collaborating with me, Iceberg Bricks, also known as Mel Brown from Lego Masters Season 1. He'll be collaborating on the right side with the Cyberpunk City, Spider-Man 2099, and Penny Parker Industries, really cool future city stuff. So it's like the glitch came through and showed part of this universe, and that's it right there. It sits like that somehow. And also the past. So Agents of Mock or Troy is going to be on the left side of me with the past. Spider-Man stuff like Spider Noir in black and white, and Spider Ham, classic cartoony, Looney Tunes character. He'll be on the left side, so it'll be past, present, future when we put it all together at Bricks Cascade, Portland. Check your local listings for the dates. I know it's the weekend of March 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like a 4-day event. Getting on a train. I'm going to take the Empire Builder by Amtrak, and hopefully this survives the luggage. Using my practice, my experience with some trade shows and traveling, and we'll just hope for the best. Okay. I think that's it. Let's end the video because I know I'm just right after an hour. And like I said, you'll see more of this here and there and live at the show in about a month's time. So play well, everyone. Stay safe and be creative as always. Till next time, Excelsior.